Alright, Shane, to answer your first question, yes, I do drink. I used to drink uh, at all the wrong times and all the wrong places and whatnot, but I soon kind of gave up drinking for a while, and now I just kind of occasionally drink, when we have like barbecues or family get-togethers or holidays or something like that, like New Year's or Christmas or something, or my birthday. Birthday's definitely a good holiday to drink, but I kind of started drinking just because like everyone was drinking, and that was the most convenient, substance around. But that soon kind of spawned off into cigarettes and other things. The craziest night I recall ever having was we got a bottle of vodka and a case of beer. I drank probably about 16 cans of that case, and I drank well over half of that bottle of vodka by myself. There was another kid drinking there who didn't drink as much as me, but he's not as big as me, so he kind of got drunk quicker and with less. Excuse me, I had bad tacos. But yeah, we were driving this one kid because there was 5 of us all together. We were driving one kid to his car, which was all the way across town, and one of my friends was DD. One of them wasn't drinking, and it was 3 of us, me and the other guy and a girl that were drinking. And we were taking the one guy that wasn't drinking back to his car because he had a curfew. And on the drive there, me, the other guy that was drinking, and the girl were like making out. Like she was making out with him, and then she would start making out with me, and it would just go back and forth like that until we got to the sober kid's car. And then we actually ended up dropping off the drunk guy too. So then it was just me, the girl, and the DD. And so we went back to his house. I drank some more, and the bottle was pretty much gone by then. The drunk kid took the rest of the beer. Sad. I was gonna finish that off, but he wasn't having it. But anyways, so then about an hour or so later, we had to take her back to her car, which is all the way across town. Again, it was weird. I don't know. I didn't really understand it. But we had to take her back to her car. And when we were taking her back to her car, I'm lying, passing out in backseat. I'm like waking up, passing out, waking up, passing out in backseat. I'm lying on my stomach. And I don't know. We were coming through downtown, and somehow I got up, propped myself up, and I said, "Yo, pull over, I need to vomit." And my friend that was driving said, "Really? Right now?" And I was like, "Yeah, right now." I kind of thought in the back of my head, if I'm going to throw up, I think I'm going to throw up. So he decides to pull in the back of this bar, which is totally fine. I mean, I would think people go in the backs of bars to throw up all the time, if not the bathrooms or something, if they're leaving, they'll go in the back, but I don't know. We went to the back of this bar, and there's a car there, and it's like a Suburban or something. And there's these 2 guys standing up against the wall, and then there's 2 other guys arresting these guys, so they were undercover cops back there. And as soon as we pull into the back of this bar, I just open up the door, grab the edge of the seat, and I pull myself towards the open door. I don't try and crawl. I just use my arms to just pull myself forward. And I just stick my head out, and I just start spewing, just barfing, just continuously. I don't know how long it took, but these undercover cops see this car pull in, and then they hear somebody vomiting out, and they're kind of looking around, and they see our car, and they're like, "Hey, is your buddy all right?" And my friend who's driving is like, "Yeah, he's totally fine. There's nothing, nothing wrong. He's totally fine." And in between my vomiting, because I'd retch, and then there'd be a pause. On my pauses, I'd be like, "Yeah, I'm totally fine. I'm totally fine, officer. There's nothing wrong here. Nothing to worry about." And long story short, I eventually stopped throwing up, and I closed the door, and we start pulling out. And my friend who's driving is freaking the fuck out. He's like, "Oh my god, dude, those are undercover cops. If they'd come over and seen that we were minors, we would have all been screwed," and blah 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 this. And I would have been like, "No, dude." I told him, "No, dude. Me and this girl would have been screwed. Not you. You weren't drinking, because they would have made us blow and do tests and stuff." and you would have blown 0, and I would have blown probably like a .3 something. I don't know how high my alcohol level was. All I know is like I ran like an Olympic runner, but I had absolutely no speech, and after I could run if I got up. I couldn't really stand up after a while, but when I could run pretty fast. And so we pull out of there. Next thing you know, like the second we come around the corner, you know, we pull out of the back of this bar, a squad car pulls up, and my friend's starting to freak out even more. I was like, oh my god, dude, we're so lucky we got the hell out of there. We could have been so fucked over. I mean, there's a squad car, so they can all, you know, come over and talk to us and shit. And as soon as we get back to his house, I'm wearing no pants at this point. I just, like, open up the door. My friend's like, here, let me come and help you. Get out of the car. I just, like, open up the door, haul ass into the house, find the biggest, warmest blanket, and just curl up on his couch and pass the fuck out. And I don't wake up until, like, fucking 12 the next day. It was a crazy night. There's another crazy night that I had that involved some substances, which I probably shouldn't mention because it's on YouTube and there might be people, you know, don't really want to. But it was a good night. I have several different witnesses and accomplices to that night, and they can attest to how grand it was. But yeah, I hope my video response answered your questions. I guess I answered them a little bit too thoroughly. I mean, this video took about 7 minutes to make, but it was a good story. You gotta give me that. I mean, I probably should have added in, like, maybe, like, oh, we picked up some hookers and ordered a bunch of pizzas and had them sent to, you know, the police station, or, you know, we went and kidnapped a judge or something. I don't know. I don't know. But that was a crazy night. So, I love you, Shane. Big fan. Hopefully I meet you in person sometime so I can get an autograph and a hug. It'll be great. So, yeah. I'm not gay, by the way. I just thought you should know that, Shane. Totally straight as an arrow. Just like you.